Hi, my name is Tremaine Brown, and one of the things you have to remember before doing your parent-teacher conference with bilingual or non-native speakers is body language. We have to remember to kind of sandwich the information. You want to start off with positive feedback about the child's progress, about the strides they are making, and then give the information or the goals or the needs that they may that I need to address, and then end on a positive note and how I can be of assistance. Um, I want to speak slowly if I have an interpreter and speak have pauses where the interpreter can clearly and effectively convey the message that I need to send to the parents or the guardian. The first student is Jean Francois. He's in third grade, and they just moved from Haiti 3 months ago. Jean Francois comes from a very strong family. The father is very big on schoolwork and is extremely hard on Jean. So in terms, Jean struggles occasionally with particular sounds and spelling, so he's struggling a bit with reading and language arts. However, he's excelling in math, but Jean shuts down and refuses to answer questions when he gets an answer wrong for fear that he's letting the family down because the father is putting a lot of pressure on Jean and about what he needs to do in college, and he's only in the third grade. So I would have an interpreter there who can effectively convey what I need to say in Creole. I would show the assessments that I've had with Jean and show just the slight challenges that he's having as far as with spelling words, as far as in a Creole, using OU, which is the W sound for when words begin with the letter W. And these are the little errors that he's having with reading and language arts. And most of it is just an accent or a dialect because he is learning English, but he is picking up very quickly. I would also offer some phonics for reading and practice with that and letters to help him. But I would want to encourage the parents to let them know that he is doing great and to find resources for Jean that can actually be fun so that it doesn't take the excitement or the encouragement out of education for him, because I do not want him to feel the need to quit out of fear of failure. So I would share with the parents personal stories and anecdotes about how education can be fun and how there are books and resources for Jean at a later date and time, the book fair, our family literacy night, and offer these tools to help even with the parents who are transitioning from Creole to English. So the mother was extremely interested in learning English as well. So even with things of that nature, offering free tutoring classes in the community center and at the police athletic league on Tuesday nights. So offering as many resources to help the parents help Jean with his homework. The issue is that both parents speak Creole, but the father speaks Creole and English. However, he works 16 hours a day, so by the time he gets home, he cannot help him. So these resources are not only for Jean, but for the mother who wants to help Jean with his homework and also learn English. The assessments show that he is making great strides for somebody who has only been speaking the language for 2 months. And after we speak and have our conference, I will do a follow-up conference and bring additional assessments to see what progress he has made and even what progress the mother has made. I'd also conclude like what other information she would want and what she would like. Another student is Maria Gonzalez. She's a second grader, and they're coming from Cuba, and they've been here about 7 months. She comes from a single parent home. her mother has her in an after-school program, and Maria is an only child. So Maria's problem is that she withdraws because she wants to play and learn the games and everything here with American children, and sometimes talks during the lesson and wants to help. Her grades are suffering somewhat, not because she can't do the work, but because she's not finishing the work. So our goal is to speak with the mother when she has time to allow her, again, resources that would allow her to meet with other parents and establish play dates, so that she would feel and know the necessity of doing her work at school and playtime. Maria's another one who is struggling a bit with math, but ironically, English is not her first language, but she's doing better in reading than she is in math. I would like to set her up with some additional math manipulatives and show her mother how to use them as well. We do have a math night, we have a game night, and offer that not only to help her with her math, but to also make friends who can assist her as well. I noticed that one thing with Maria, when you pair her up with peer teaching, she does very well. So I'll talk to her mother and discuss, still, she could be doing better in reading, but discuss advantages of allowing her to have play dates with other children. Also, the assessments are showing that she is moving at a rate, but she's one grade level behind in reading, in math. And so these assessments are showing that she is making improvements, but not as quickly as kids who do speak English. So we know that it is a language barrier. So we've developed certain games and other tools for her, phonics for reading. We've gotten her additional help. And after a second follow-up conference, we're considering maybe a tier 2 in response to intervention for her. After that, we would see if she's going to if she's made strides, and if not, we can move on. But I am hopeful that she will make the strides, because her work is showing great improvement despite her disadvantage with the language. Again, I would talk to the parents and see what they need, and more insight into the children on how they interact at home, what assistance do they get at home, and if they need further assistance, because there are free resources for tutoring. So both families, I would offer the free tutoring services that they have, especially during off-school days during spring break. We have tutoring sessions, and there are tutors in the neighborhood who are at the library. So these are things that I do believe would benefit both Jean and Maria. In both conferences, I would definitely have equipped interpreters. We do have people at the school who speak Creole and Spanish, and they are very familiar with the jargon, but I would not use educational jargon for the parents. I would break it down to where they can understand and learn how to use different assessments to see how their children are doing.